What is going on, everybody? Today we are taking a look at a knife that I had purchased actually quite a while ago. It is a Emerson CQC 7V is what I'm not sure what the V means. This was a KnifeCenter exclusive, hence the orange and black colors. And it was a limited run of only 60 knives, as you can tell right there. This is 30 of 60, S35VN steel. And the thing that I liked about it is the blade is actually a V grind, which is not something you see a lot on the Emersons. It is a chisel edge, like he normally does on all his knives, but it's got the V grind blade, and I just kind of like it. I'm not a big chisel grind or chisel edge knife person myself. I just don't have those kinds of tasks where I need to have that kind of a grind. But other than that, you've got your normal, CQC aspects. You've got the wave feature. You have the thumb disc, which you can't middle finger get to really. Nope, not enough to deploy it. And you can get your thumb to it for that. And it has as you can tell right there, it has a fair amount of lock stick, which is something that is a little irritating to me and irritating to some fair amount of people out there. It is something that Emerson knives are kind of known for. It's got a pretty heavy duty lockup and it's quite sticky. I mean, it takes a fair amount of leverage to unlock it, especially when it locks up hard. But there's no movement in the blade at all, up or down or side to side. I mean, it's totally secure, as you would expect for an Emerson. Nothing wrong with that. It's got the massive flipper tab on it, as you can tell. Big shark fin kind of flipper tab. That sometimes bothers a lot of people too, which is why they will stay away from the flipper version. And that lock stick is a bear for sure. But the knife feels good in hand. That flipper tab does serve a really good purpose as far as keeping you from going up on that blade. If you're really using this knife in a hard kind of way where you might be afraid of slipping up onto the blade with your hand, you're not going to do it with that flipper tab. That's going to keep you planted, plus with the added aspect of the Emerson wave there, you're definitely not going up on the blade. And no matter which way you hold this knife, everything is going to keep you from going down on that blade. You could sit there and just slam this thing even with a glove on, and you're not going to go down on that blade with these. So that is a good thing about the flipper tab, and the little bit of the wave helps a little bit. I mean, if you were to take that flipper tab off, you'd probably still be a little more concerned with sliding up on that blade, but you're not going to do it certainly won't with that flipper tab. So the lock stick issue, again, that's just kind of part of how Emerson usually does his knives are kind of known for having a fair amount of lock stick. A lot of people say it does wear off in time. Like I said, I've had this knife for a while and have carried it a lot, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, I can tell you that. It's pretty aggressively stiff, but not a big deal. It's just not a fidget-friendly knife. So I am more of a fan of the fidget-friendly aspects, but, it's an Emerson, and it's got a great edge on it for a chisel, and it's a nice knife. I don't mind the orange. I kind of like the orange too, just because it is a little bit different from what you see a lot of the Emersons coming out with. So it was kind of a nice, unique aspect in that from KnifeCenter. So I don't remember how much it was. And typical Emerson knife, CQC. It's 8 inches long. 3.3 inch blade, and just a little over 4.5 inches in the handle. And we can give it a good look, see what knock everything over trying to get to the scale. Let's give her a little bit of a weigh action. Well, again, most of these knives all kind of weigh about the same, I think, you know, with the G10. So you're looking at just a little under 4.5 ounces. So not bad, not super heavy or anything like that. But it's a good knife. It's got a great Tanto on it. So if you're needing to do some scraping and stuff like that, it's going to give you that nice razor sharp chisel grind edge to do some chiseling. Obviously, I'm right-handed, so it'd be better if it was on this side. Everybody seems to do everything on the chisel on the show side, obviously, and that's for obvious reasons, because if they did the totally flat, then it would look pretty plain Jane, which is kind of why I like the V grind in the blade, because it kind of gives you a show side on both sides. So it's got a blade does have a nice Stonewash with a little light belt satin on the main blade. So it was a really good knife. Other than the blade stick, I like the knife. Like I said, I've carried it a lot. It's not necessarily deep carry, but deep carry is not a thing with me. I don't mind a knife that sticks out of the pocket. Actually, I like that because I can pinch it, pull it out of my pocket, and open it right up. I don't have to. Sometimes deep carry, if you're pinching on the clip to pull it out of your pocket, it's even harder to get out of your pocket. So that becomes an issue. That kind of also bugs me. A lot of guys, I understandably understand why they like their deep carry, because they don't want people to know that they're basically carrying a knife, is what it boils down to. And I don't personally care if you know I'm carrying a knife, so I just don't care. Do as you may. I don't care. So there you go, guys. That's my CQC from KnifeCenter that I got. Like I said, it was months ago that I got it. We'll catch you next time, guys. Have a great day. Bye.